we are seeing in terms of hacking activity two types of opponents. I think that we've discussed previously on one of the videocasts, Industrialized hacking, where you have people motivated by profit sending tons of automated attacks against servers indiscriminately. And if a server is immune to the specific attack vector, the attacker just goes to the next server and then to the next server, and it's not specific, it's not personal, and it's all about profit. What we are seeing lately, and mainly due to headlines in the press, is advanced persistent threats, or as it's called, APT. This is a hacking activity aimed at specifically selected servers. It's persistent in terms of when the attacker finds resistance with one technique, then the attacker would try another technique on the same server, and then another technique. And one of the interesting things is that with advanced persistent threats, if the attacker, for example, cannot compromise a server or a network using external attack vectors, then that attacker may choose to shift tactics and try to pull out an internal threat by either finding someone from inside or even planting someone in the inside of the network or the organization in order to take over, take control.
So we're talking about bribery or blackmail, as well as paying for somebody to be inside.
It could be blackmail, it could be paying for someone, it could be finding that person who's, disgruntled enough to carry this for you, or it could be sending someone into the organization in order to do a specific operation inside. And as you can guess, the people behind this kind of threat are mostly government organizations or their counterparts, terrorist organizations, because this kind of activity, which is not financially motivated, has no gain-profit balance. So attackers would spend relatively a lot of resources against a specific target, even if the perceived financial value of the information there is low. There are three things that organizations should do. One, they should have their security in place. That's always a good advice. And they should be assessing their risk properly. So, for example, if you're a small retailer, you will probably be hit by industrialized hacking. You will not be a target for government espionage. So have your security built in the right way. If you're a large financial institution, if you're part of national infrastructure, then the amount of money and the resources that you should invest in security and the threats that you should be ready to mitigate are such that take into consideration advanced persistent threat. I think that ironically, the second thing that organizations should do is make sure that everything that is related to industrialized hacking, automated attacks, attacks for profit, is very quickly put out of the way using different types of security solutions. So the attacks and the alerts that the security people have to really look into and investigate are those that really matter in terms of the higher threats, the government-related threats. And then the third thing that organizations should be aware of is that if they do find some evidence or suspicious for this kind of persistent attack activity, they should clearly involve the authorities, because most often, even the largest organizations can't withstand a persistent attack over a too long period of time, especially when the attacker can at some point switch into internal attack. And if you make the authorities aware of this kind of activity, they might be able to help you with that second type of attack.
You mean more at a political level, if you've got an APT coming against you?
It's not only political, it's also a matter of resources. If you do think that you are being attacked by someone who's got more resources than you are, for example, the Iranian intelligence corps, then you'd probably want help from someone who's got more resources.